Hi, everyone. It's Space. I wanted to take a moment to personally thank you for listening to our podcast. I know that I don't know every single one of you, but I hope that one day I get to, whether that's in person at a FurCon, maybe at a Furmy in the future, for the locals, or even online in a group chat such as Telegram. This year has been so difficult for all of us, but what has helped me get through it, as cheesy as it sounds, is straight from the muzzle and, of course, you, the listener. I have loved reading all the emails that have been sent in to us throughout the year. Sometimes they're emails of appreciation, sometimes they're submissions for upcoming episodes, and oddly enough, sometimes it's from people asking for advice. I know that I don't always respond in a timely manner, but I'm getting better at that. And the best part about getting the emails isn't just receiving them, but being able to respond to each and every single one of them. It takes me a while to send a custom reply back, but it's totally worth it in my opinion. Most of all, just a big thank you to everyone. I hope you enjoy this episode because it was a lot of fun to record and edit. So, enjoy. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to Straight from the Muzzle, folks, where we are anything but straight. My name is Space.
And I'm Bean.
And we welcome you to our Thanksgiving special, which we've never done before. So
I remember a long time ago, we did like a YouTube video for Thanksgiving, but man, it's been a long time
since we've actually done a dedicated Thanksgiving special.
Mm-hmm.
We asked a few of you guys to send in your stories or send in what you're thankful for. So we've got a couple of emails, a couple of tweets, a couple of telegrams, and then some fun facts towards the end too. I think that'll shock you. So I guess before we get going, has anything happened recently? Anything new?
Like personally or worldwide?
Anything that, you might have bumped into or something?
Are you trying to push me to say something I've talked about before? Because I have no idea what you want.
You didn't hit yourself on a shelf?
Oh my God, Space. Okay, so we had to postpone recording this for a couple days. Like 10 minutes before we were supposed to record this a couple days ago, I hit my head so hard that it left this terrible bump, and it still really hurts to touch my head in the spot where I hit it. Like, oh boy!
Like how did you sneeze and it's not sneeze? That's not a word. Did you sneeze?
Yeah,
just fall into it.
It's just. Well, when you're putting up shelves and you're clumsy, sometimes you stumble off the ladder you're on and then, hit your head right in the corner of a shelf. And it just
short.
I am not short. I am abnormally tall for a woman. You're just extremely tall.
I'm a giant.
I am
a shelf. I could easily put up a shelf, no problem.
God. I mean, we're putting them up pretty high. Yeah, I'm 5'9".
So that's that big difference there.
God.
So yeah, that's what happened. That's fun.
Oh.
I think it's hilarious. Like when you first told me, I'm just like, what?
Something else happened that's a little tangent, but it's entertaining nonetheless. My fiance and I got a new snake, so this makes our third snake, and she's a baby ball python, very small.
Butthole incident?
Huh?
You talking about the butthole incident?
Butthole? What are you talking about?
Isn't that what you said that happened? Like with your snake, you got something stuck in the butt?
No, his butt stuck, not something in his butt. But no, this is okay. We've had some snake drama this week. Two things happened this week. First, our middle-aged ball python, like our middle son, he's only a year old, and he got his ass stuck in one of his tank decorations. We had to take him to the vet to get him Dremeled out, which was irritating. But we were scared. We thought he was gonna hurt himself. He was fine. He was just stuck. But we got him out within, he wasn't even in there for 20 minutes. We took him to the vet pretty immediately to get him out. But then what actually scared us is our baby snake, one we just got 2 weeks ago. Her name is Layla. She got loose, and she's so small, we didn't think that she would be able to push the lid off of her tank, so we didn't have anything weighing down the top, which we do for all of the other animals. We have locks on their lids, but we just didn't have one yet for her. And we are like, it's probably fine, we'll just get it next week. But sometime in the middle of the night, she had pushed out of her tank, and when I woke up, I check on her every morning to check her temperature and humidity levels and all that, and she just wasn't in there. And I tore her tank apart. I was looking under all the substrate. I was looking in all of our logs. She was nowhere to be found. And I was like, Casey, we have to find her. Like, we have a dog and a cat in the house. Like, it was dangerous for her to be loose. And we were looking everywhere in the bedroom. We were tearing things up. We looked behind the dresser because her tank is on top of our dresser. So we pulled out all the drawers and looked behind it. And she was actually, we found her within the first 5 minutes, so it was fine. But she ended up pressing herself against the wall and my fiance's computer, probably because it was warm.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
And she didn't seem like she had been out for very long because she wasn't very cold or anything like that. So our guess was she probably popped loose sometime that morning. But it still scared the shit out of us. And we immediately drove to the store and got some locks for the tank. And now she can't get out at all. We got some tiles to weigh down the top of it too. So
wow.
Yeah.
It's just like a kid, they'll get out of their crib and then go do destruction. But in this case, they can't destruct anything, thank goodness.
I like to think that we are really good pet owners, but sometimes you slip up every now and then, and you learn your lessons as you go. But God, man, taking one of them to the vet and then the other one getting loose, we're just like, what is wrong with our snakes this week? Everybody just wants to do something.
God, thinking on the topic of snakes, I think I saw this on YouTube. It's like one of those things where you kind of just, it's one of those nights where you're just watching, you kind of go down that weird alley of weird videos. And I see this one, and it's this snake that they've got on a table, and they've got its mouth jarred open, and they have these giant forceps in the inside the body. I'm like, what are they pulling out? And they pull out, no joke, a full size adult felt blanket.
Oh,
how
yeah.
the hell did that thing swallow it? I just.
What? One of my roommates was watching us feed Roach, which is our 1-year-old ball python, and she was like, "Isn't that too big for him?" Because it was a rat, and he's not huge, but he's not small either. But it was a fat rat. It was a medium-sized one. And as he was swallowing, he started going at it, and she was like, "No way, it's too big." And he started unhinging his mouth, and she's like, "Nah, no, that rat is too big." And he started to swallow the whole thing, and she was like, "No way."
Has she never gone to the zoo and watched them eat, or has she never seen what is it? A monitor eat something? They can unhinge.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. It's creepy looking, but it's awesome.
I think it looks ridiculous. Their faces look so stupid when they eat. They kind of look like pitcher plants.
Have you seen there's a video of a seagull that legitimately eats a full, totally
another bird?
Bunny. No, like a bunny.
Oh, a bunny?
It eats a rabbit, and the thing just swallows it whole. And so you got all these birds, all these seagulls that are flying around. This thing can't fly around because it's got a giant ass rabbit in its stomach. I didn't even know you could do that.
They creep me out, man.
God, they're messed up. And they're here in Utah, too.
I have a video on YouTube of seagulls chasing me.
They're evil. The best, though, I think the best is when I saw a video of someone putting French fries on their dashboard.
Yes.
And you can see the seagulls just attacking the window. So much fun.
Space, have you ever seen that video of the seagulls attacking me?
No.
Oh,
no. I think I have. Weren't you in Florida?
Yeah, I was in Florida.
Yeah. It was a long time ago, but send it to me again because it's a pretty funny video.
God. I mean, it's a long video, but it's in there.
Anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and get over to our emails. We have 2 emails. one from Slushy Flamingo, and another one from
Yes.
Fruit the Fox. Take it
All right.
away.
So our first email is from Crash. They say, "Hi, I'm Crash, and I'm really thankful for my partner who always goes out of his way to cheer me up when I am down and listen to me when I need to vent about life's hard times. Despite the distance between us, he always manages to make it feel like he's there by my side. It has been really hard these days with COVID, and I don't think my mental health would have been able to handle this without him. Sometimes I feel like he does much more for me than I could ever do for him. Having a partner during these times does really help."
It does, and I almost feel really bad for those who don't have a partner that are by themselves going through COVID because that's bad enough as it is. So
That's why you want to keep your friends close too, because any type of relationship that you have right now, whether it's a romantic one or a platonic one with friends, or if it's family, hold those people close right now, definitely.
mhm.
And then our other email is from, wow, I don't think I can pronounce this. It's PDX and that's how it's
It's Fruit,
spelled.
Fruit the Fox.
Fruit the Fox. Oh, I see at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fruit the Fox says, "Hello. I guess the thing I'm thankful for is everyone I met and built relationships with this year. When this year started, it seemed to start on a rocky path, and it never left that path. So being able to find new friends this year and to talk to different people really improved it for me, and probably for many others as well. So just like we said before, holding your friends close too."
And it's really interesting too because of how positive they are in being able to find friendships. Especially, I don't know if they've built it online or if they've built it in. Obviously, they've built them in person as well. But again, because of COVID, that's actually astronomically awesome.
Definitely.
Think speaking of positivity, so this whole week I have to I lead team meetings every once in a while. It's either me or Dina or someone else because we're so freaking like positive and outgoing and we love doing the meetings and everyone else who does it is really like bland. So I'm like, "Can I do the meeting next week?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Sweet." So today I basically presented to everyone a kind of like a challenge game, but it's also like just something you can have in general. And it's from a movie from the 1960s called Pollyanna. It's a Disney movie, but she plays a game. The character plays a game in the movie called The Glad Game. And she basically takes any situation that is in its dire situation or it's just bleak and makes something glad of it. So let's take COVID for instance. COVID has really sucked. It has just like diminished every bit of, fun this whole year. But I'm glad that it has happened because I am more close with my husband and my friends than I have ever been in a year period. So, if you ever find yourself in a situation where things just look shitty, play the glad game. It'll keep you busy. And
Absolutely.
it'll drive your friends nuts because they'll be like, "How can you find a positive in something that's so bad?" So, I personally love doing it because of that reason right there. Um, Anyways, let's move over to Twitter. We asked our followers what they were thankful for. We got quite the response. I was trying to think of the word. I was thinking rapport, but I didn't want that one.
Yeah,
Response.
we got a good bit of responses. So the first one that I'm seeing is from Proxima Draws. And they say, "I am thankful that so much progress is being made towards a corona vaccine. This pandemic has felt like forever, and it's good that it seems like an end is in sight." And they also
So
said that they're thankful for their drawing tablet.
that's always good. Control plus Z are their savior. Isn't Control Z like
That's how you
the
undo.
backspace? Yeah, I use undo all the time. People are like, "How do you do undo?" And I'm like, "Really? You don't know this? This is like basic short keys." Whatever.
And that is something to be thinking of right now. Not Control Z, but the corona vaccine. Like there has been a lot of, progress being made. It's very rare for almost every vaccine scientist to be working on the same thing at once in the whole world. So we have a good bit of resources being put towards finding at least a vaccine, if not like a cure, and getting all of that situated. So I'm really hoping that by Christmas next year, Corona is going to be under control.
Which would be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, they're supposed to be giving like by the end of December. It's still up in the air, so I'm not quite sure what the actual result of this will be. But the vaccine will be administered to healthcare workers first because it's important that they're vaccinated so that way they can stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if I'm going to be in that pile or if I'll be in the next wave. I really don't care as long as I get it at some point. But I think that's really cool. My only worry is that they pushed it so fast. And so the last time something like this happened, where it was polio, they came out with a vaccine and it backfired horribly. So um, I hope they just continue their testing and we keep hearing like good results. I keep seeing like 95s and 90%, which is great. I want to keep seeing them test though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people are like, I'll take the vaccine, but I won't be the first person to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, thank you. Um, okay. A person by the name of Lashin or Lasheen Dragon. I'm thankful for my boyfriend. He's stuck around for nearly 5 years and has been very supportive in general. But also with me being a furry, he's not dot 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 yet. It's not always perfect, but he's been a real life ride or die, and I'm glad I can be myself around him.
That's always really nice to have. It's a lot of the times when I see furries in relationships, they're in relationships with other furries. I'm engaged, but the person I'm engaged to is not a furry, but she's very supportive of what I do, and she has interest in anthropomorphic characters, but she doesn't consider herself a furry per se. And honestly, I like having that kind of outside of the fandom perspective in a partner. I think it's interesting and in its own way.
Yeah, kind of helps to keep you grounded too, so you feel safe and sane at the same time.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you pull yourself out of the fandom more and make sure it doesn't become like your whole life.
Okay, sorry. Just the next name of the person. I love the name, but it's not what I thought of when I read it. So this next one comes from Shard Azul.
Did you think Shart? I swear.
Yeah, I did. I totally did. Totally did.
Oh,
They said, I'm thankful for how fast we've come in technology, able to communicate with the world in a touch of a button or a hey Google or Siri or whoever.
no. Yeah.
It's really true.
I mean, yeah, technology has helped in so many different ways. Like even just with resources for artists, for example. Like the more the internet grows and the more people are utilizing it in ways that are helpful, the more people are able to learn without having to like pay money for like at schools or pay
Hmm.
money for how-to books or the world is really at our fingertips during this time.
Um, Felix has been taking online art classes, and every time he comes in, and I like to, peek over his shoulder and see what he's doing. I've seen him go from, okay drawings to, wow, I can't believe you actually drew that or replicated that. And yeah, I think last week he was drawing a woman, and it looks so good. I feel like it's better than the actual photograph itself. So
That's
he's
awesome.
getting really good. I don't think he's taking any classes that, correlate to cartoon like drawings. It's more or less like more, I guess you could say realistic drawings. So, I
Usually
mean,
you got to know the basics like in realism and that in order to start to deviate into the cartoons. If you learn how to do realism before you do cartoons, you got to know the rules before you can break them kind of thing.
like I, see, and I don't know that. I didn't know that at all. Um, why don't you go ahead and read the next one? I'm going to send you a picture of what he did last week because it is just awesome.
Yeah, sure.
There we go.
So the next post comes from D Rathos. And they say, I'm thankful for my girlfriend. Not only has she dragged me out of several dark places over the couple years we've known each other, she's also been my absolute rock while I came to accept my being transgender this year. That is great. With I have most of my friends are trans. I don't think I have many cis friends. So I've seen that experience come from them before as well, having support from other people while you're discovering yourself and getting used to your identity and learning who you truly are. Having that support is great.
It is.
What is this?
Get
Oh,
it.
Felix drew that?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
what they do is they're given a picture and then they are, I guess he then watches the thing that's going on and then he also draws at the same time while they're doing it. And I'm like, wow. So I've seen the original photo and I like this picture better.
That looks
So
amazing.
I know. I know. So as soon as he when he finishes his online classes, I'm excited to see where he takes it as far as, furry art goes. So I honestly think it would be cool if he applied what he knows, not to like the more cartoony style of furry, but more of a feral, because I'm pretty sure he can do it,
Yeah.
given that style right there.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
oh, he'd be badass at it. So yeah. Anyways, from Gavin Von Blackmuzzle, I'm thankful I found many nice friends in the Stormy the Wolf chat in the last months. Before joining the fandom, I thought I was too weird to make any friends. I don't know who Stormy the Wolf is, but
Stormy the
good for
Wolf
you.
is a furry YouTuber.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Good for them.
Yeah, they a lot of furry YouTubers will have chat rooms for people who are on their Patreon or not. It could just be a general chat room, but yeah, those are if you can handle chat rooms, those are a great place to make friends.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a great way
Um,
to support, people in the furry community.
I'm recently have joined into the Paco or the Paco Club house or whatever, Paco the Panda.
Mhm.
And he's a really good artist, but like that chat room is just full of so many nice people. Like I don't ever see anything negative in there. It's just positive, positive, positive all the way down. And it's just so much fun. I love it.
That's
It's a great,
nice.
it's a good pick me up.
The next person on our list is Graphics CMYK. And they say having the support system and partners to be able to come out as trans with the confidence to start my transition. First of all, congrats on starting your transition. I know that is a huge step for so many people, and it's a hard one to take. So props to you.
I'm going to go ahead and let them know that.
And then my favorite one on this list is by Ratty Fox, and they said, "I'm thankful for pizza." In fact, all they put was just pizza with a period.
So great.
We love it.
Is that everyone from Twitter?
And that's everyone on that Twitter post. Yep.
We had another Twitter post that we did.
We'll cover that after our Telegram.
Okay. So on Telegram, if you're part of our Telegram chat, if you're not, I highly recommend it. Lots of great people in there. We asked them to go ahead and say what they were thankful for. So from Jimmy, he is thankful for this wonderful Telegram chat. So there you go. From Dakota, thankful that I'm accepted for being trans. By the way, I know I'm late to that. It's okay. From Buckle, thankful for my girlfriend for helping me through, I don't know, everything really. From Astro, thankful about how much I've improved my singing this year.
That's
So
fun.
Astro does do a lot of singing. I think they have a SoundCloud. I'll ask him later. From Asher, it's one of our more casual chatters in the chat group, so they're really nice. Thankful for the fact that I can play Counter Strike Go just about wherever I want or whenever, and my hours are $8 an hour, no cap, and I'm totally flexible. So there's someone that is just totally cool with what they've got.
That's always nice.
So that's just a few right there. And I'm trying to get out of this chat. Back to Twitter. Do you have the other one up?
Yep.
Okay, good, because I don't.
All right. So something else we want to talk about. We've gotten through all the like I'm thankful for this, and that's all good. But now we want to get into some funny stories. So we asked our followers on Twitter, what is the funniest thing that has happened to you and or your family on Thanksgiving? So one of the responses is from Oblivion Arts, and they said, my mother in law invited her entitled neighbor a couple of years ago. She was drunk and banging on the bathroom door while somebody was in there and telling them she needed to go. There were 2 other bathrooms in the house. She just didn't want to walk that far.
My God.
Oh, my goodness.
She probably was a Karen.
Probably something like that. Another response is by Jeremy McNabb, too. And they said, I made an incision in the turkey breast, and the entire turkey deflated as it cooked for too long and was bone dry on the inside. I can just imagine that. I can imagine that happening because I know my grandma used to cook the driest turkey in the world. Like, I'm telling you, it felt like you were chewing on cat food. It was so dry.
Sad.
Like, you wouldn't want to be rude. You would either drown it in gravy or you would just pop it in your mouth and then drink water and swish it around your mouth like it was a pill.
We were reading this and I was mentioning to Bean before we started recording that it kind of reminded me of that turkey from A Christmas Story. No, not A Christmas
Yes.
Story. No, it's that's Christmas Vacation is what it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And he goes to like cut open the turkey and the thing just like explodes because it's so dry. So
Oh,
it's a good one. Such a good one. I don't really have many. I mean, my family's Thanksgiving stories are pretty much the same. I mean, we all get around the table, we all say what we're thankful for. My mom always cries without fail because she gets like really emotional and like really into it. And she's just like, I'm so thankful that I have my children. And then she'll just start crying
aw.
every year. You could like seriously make a bet on it and make money for it. Um, then we go around the table and we say what we're thankful for. And of course, I'm just like my job, because I don't really care.
Yeah.
just, I just want to get on with it because it's like a huge ordeal in our house. But this year we're going to Felix's family. So that'll be fun.
My mom's birthday always lands around Thanksgiving, and this year it's actually landing on Thanksgiving. So we're celebrating
Whoa.
her birthday by making her a Thanksgiving dinner, and it's just her and my dad. Our large family isn't doing anything for Thanksgiving this year because 2 of our family members, they didn't have COVID, but they were exposed to people who did get COVID.
Okay.
So we're just being safe, you know. Um, but we're doing a couple of things throughout the week for her and then doing a big celebration on Thursday. But tomorrow she's coming over and we're going to go to a historical graveyard because she's into that. We're going to go walk around a graveyard.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Take a candle with you and do a seance.
Oh, man.
That'd be fun.
A couple of years ago on Thanksgiving, I needed to go out and get some ice because we had ran out. And I was backing out of the driveway and I almost hit, like, I'm backing out my driveway real slow, but our neighbor's dog must have gotten loose or something because I almost hit this teeny tiny Yorkie that is literally dressed like an elf. Dressed like an elf. And it's not even Christmas, it's Thanksgiving. But it was just like an elf, and I almost hit it. So I hit my brakes, and I get out of the car, and I pick up this dog who is wiggly and barky, and the owners across the street run out of the house, and they were like, "Princess Kiki," and I'm like,
Oh
"Princess Kiki."
my God.
Princess
That
Kiki, and
poor
it's
dog.
like an elf. And then they calmed down and they're like, "Thank you so much." And I was like, "No problem." They're like, "She just bolted," and they must have, she must have just ran right towards my car. But jeez, Princess Kiki.
Why?
Oh God, why do
That
Yorkies
poor
always have to be
dog.
named something terrible? Like my aunt has a Yorkie. It's named Mr. Butters, which I know is a South Park reference, but it's still just, why do they have to be named like that?
Because
If any of
it's
y'all
like
have a pet Yorkie, email us and tell us what its name is. I need to know.
it's almost as bad as like every old person has the same type of dog. It's like the dog that has like crusties in its eyes
Oh, the crusty
and they
white
kind of got
dogs.
yeah, every old person has them and they're mean. They're not nice dogs. They're nice to them, but they're mean to people. And I just don't get it.
Yeah, my neighbors back when I lived with my parents, our neighbors were these two old people and they had two crusty ass dogs, crusty white dogs, exactly what you're talking about. And my friend Curitos called them the Karens because every time we would go into our driveway to go anywhere, they would run out and, press their faces against the fence and just bark, 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 bark
Oh my
constantly. Like I could,
gosh.
and we were pretty far away. Like the fence is kind of far away. And they still thought we were just the biggest threat to their property, even though we were a good like 7 yards away. And so anytime I'd have to check the mail or go to my car real quick, they would just bark, bark, bark. And I swear I wanted to get a dog whistle just for them.
This would be a really interesting show topic, people and their pets, to see how well their pets actually match the person.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. If you guys think that's a cool topic, let us know because I would totally pursue it. Um, I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any other I've always worked on Thanksgiving. Like when I worked at Harmon's, oh my God, it was like a nightmare. If you wanted to see all the Karens in the world in one place, a grocery store that's a high end that has a giant cheese island is the place you go.
Yeah.
You find the bitchiest, the meanest people. They want a deal, and it's like, I'm sorry, the deal's there. Well, I want a better one. Okay, we'll go to Costco then.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so glad. It's like the second year I haven't had to work in retail, and it is just so nice. I'm actually working this Thanksgiving and Black Friday because I can. One, because I get time and a half on Thanksgiving, and then on Friday we don't have to work it, but if we do, we can use within 30 days we can take any day we want to and do PTO for eight hours. So that's paid time off,
Yeah.
or we can just cash out for the next paycheck, which is what I'm going to do.
There you
So
go.
plus, I mean, nothing really happens in our household anyway. So I just figured, it's COVID, it's Thanksgiving, I'll just stay and work. Hooray.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know. Oh, here's a sweet story relating to Thanksgiving. I think it was last to Thanksgiving. It must have been. So I used to work for a bowling alley with my friend Southern Pup, who has been on the show before for our trans and furry show. And I had quit, but they still work there, and they've been working there for a long time. They moved up to a manager position. And last Thanksgiving, they had to work. And I remember being really angry because I was like, why is a bowling alley even open on Thanksgiving? Nobody's going bowling. It's always empty on Thanksgiving. They're just taking these teenagers who are needing money and taking advantage of them to keep their stupid business open. Like I was angry that my friend had to work on Thanksgiving. So I took a bunch of food from our Thanksgiving dinner, and I had taken. It was like, you know, pumpkin pie and dessert cookies and stuffing and turkey and ham and casserole, and I made up this big old care package plate, and I brought it over to him at some point during. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and they're open until like midnight again for no fucking reason. Who's going to go bowling on Thanksgiving? Not me. So I brought them a bunch of food, and I remember they like started tearing up. They're like, "Thank you."
my God.
Oh man. But yes, if you have any friends working on Thanksgiving and you got extra food, man, bring it to them while they're at work. It'll mean the world to them.
I pulled up some funny facts about Thanksgiving that you probably didn't know or didn't want to know, but now you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna know. So the first one I wanted to kind of just read off because I was laughing and being like, "What is it?" And I'm like, "I'm not going to tell you until the actual show." So Americans eat the weight of Singapore's population in turkey every year, up to 690 million pounds.
Wow,
That's disturbing.
that's a lot.
That's a huge Singapore. Jeez.
Space, are you a turkey guy or a ham guy?
I'm a little bit of both. I don't like the dark meat on turkey. I like the white meat. And on ham, it really depends on how it's cooked, honestly.
Ugh, I'm a ham gal, and we cook our ham with citrus soda, so it gets really moist and
Sear
delicious.
mist, is that what you
Yep.
mean? Okay.
It can
So
be any citrus soda. You can use Sun Drop. You can use Sierra Mist. I've seen people use Mountain Dew, but that just sounds gross.
you know what's good? I did do this one year. I took a ham. It was already kind of like done. It was like one of those deli hams. But what I did is I cut down almost all the way through and then I glazed it with like pepper jelly, like
Mm.
raspberry pepper jelly, and then I
Oh,
smashed it back together and I baked it. So the thing glazed over and almost candied itself. Ugh, so good.
that sounds great.
It is a diabetic nightmare and it is delicious.
Oh, I love like pepper jelly, or I love putting it on salmon specifically. I also really love cranberry sauce, but here's something that's interesting when it comes to cranberry sauce is that like you don't think about it, but when you're a diabetic, you look at food different, right? There's a lot of numbers involved. And cranberry sauce is one of those foods that is so dense in sugar and in carbohydrates that I can eat just a spoon of it and my blood sugar will hike itself up. And for some reason, it digests so quickly, like even faster than a soda. I don't know why. I can't eat cranberry sauce very often because it immediately makes my blood sugar spike and my insulin cannot catch up with it.
I drink cranberry juice for my kidneys. That's about it.
Yeah, that's different with cranberry juice because cranberry sauce has like, it's cranberries mixed with sugar that's reduced down into like a syrup.
Oh, I've made it before. It's
Hmm.
gross. It's gross.
I love cranberry sauce.
I'm not the biggest fan of it.
I'm a sweet
Um,
meat fan.
I want to say the cramp. No, and beets. What is it with people and beets? Like, why do people eat beets on Thanksgiving? I don't get that.
Beets make your poop red.
Okay, but it's always from the can, so you know it looks gross. I mean, you know it's not. It like, like this is what it feels like. It pops out of the can, kind of like you took an enema and just slid out of your butthole. Okay, so it's like, okay, and then you slice it up and you put it on a plate and you call it like I don't know, but people eat it and I'm like, why? It doesn't taste good. It tastes like dirt. It tastes like water, dirt, dirt, and gelatin.
Are you
All it
talking
is.
about are you talking about beets or are you talking about cranberry sauce in the can form?
No, I'm talking about beets in the can form.
That's so weird. Every time I think of beets, I think of like the actual vegetable that
Yeah.
is like pickled, which I like those in salad, but I can't eat a lot of them. But like canned be I've never ooh, that sounds bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you canned beets.
Hey, have you
It's
ever
not.
eaten canned bread? What is that like?
I think canned bread is an Asian thing, and I don't think it's an actual. It's something that has like come over to America, but it's not something that's I don't think started in America.
Do you
So,
have like a food memory based on like Thanksgiving? Like just something just anything like that?
well, I mean, I guess if it counts, my birthday is literally the week after Thanksgiving. So usually my family gets together and they get me presents, and then we usually play a pretty competitive game of categories.
Categories is so fun.
Felix does not like to play any of the games that we play at my house.
I don't like anything that involves too much brain power, but like categories is fun.
We're very competitive. Like we will contest what we think we can contest as far as like answers go, where we'll do like a thumbs up, thumbs down. And Felix will be very silent. And then like one day I just asked him, I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. I don't want to talk about like, come on, tell me. He's like, I don't like playing games with your family. They're very competitive and they're very stressful. And I'm like, true. So if you like they're like polar opposites. So my family's very competitive to games, and I've always been like that.
Hmm.
Felix's family, very down to earth, very casual with games. So I've experienced both. I kind of like a little bit of both, but I don't love one more than the other. It's very interesting. But I guess I don't really have anything food related though.
So I just sent you 3 images on Telegram we could talk about real quick because all three of them are Thanksgiving related. The first two,
Ah,
I made I made a turkey cake.
hell.
And it was just it's just a chocolate cake and I baked some sugar cookies in the shape of like a turkey head and the tail feathers. But I remember taking a picture and then taking another picture as I was dropping my phone. So like the first picture is a picture of the cake. It's so nice. And then the second picture is the picture of the cake but really blurry because my phone was falling.
My God.
And then I sent another picture and I wish people could see this, but this is an audio show. It looks like a monstrosity of just black bulbs. Like So what had happened, you know that dish, that sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top, and you bake them until the marshmallows are
Yes.
brown? So
Love them.
somebody had it was baking that at our house and left it in the oven for too long, and like the marshmallows started expanding and like turning black, and it looks like, oh, it's like a pile of hell.
It
It
looks like
looked
a charged turkey
it
almost.
looks like a bunch of charred zits, right? And when you poke it, and it just kind of like would go, like every little marshmallow circle that got burnt would just go into
Oh,
nothingness. But the bottom of it, now let me tell you, when I eat marshmallows at like camping, I burn them and then I eat the skin and then I burn it until it's like nothing. I just love the burnt marshmallow
oh
flavor.
my
I don't
God.
know
I
why.
do the same thing. I love, like, okay, so when I do a s'more, I stick it into the flame, like right into the fire
Yep.
flame with the wood and everything. People are like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, watch it. And I'll pull it out and I'll let it just flame up and I'll just let it do that for like a good minute and then I'll
Yep.
blow it out and eat it.
Yep,
I
and
love
it's all
it.
melty and delicious. And but let me tell you, the bottom of this thing tasted delicious because it had that flavor, but it was such a thin layer of something that was edible. The rest of it was just charred.
So, we can actually show our fans this. So what we'll do is, like I've done with the past episode for the Yellowstone, is I will upload some of these pictures so you can see them on a Trello that'll be live for you guys specifically, and you can see the pictures that we're talking about.
Awesome.
With that being said, then I'm definitely going to show you. There's this thing. There's this picture that I found on one of these sites, and it's one of the earlier Macy's Day Thanksgiving parades, but before Macy's thing like was a thing. And so there's this guy, he's a German American illustrator named Tony Starg. It'd be better if his name was Tony Stark. Oh well. Whose illustrations were featured in something called Good Housekeeping. Also had a passion for puppetry. So he legitimately makes these giant inflatable, I guess you could say, puppetry things, and they look terrifying. Like if I was in Bean, are you still there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you were just like really quiet. I thought I dropped you for a second. Um, like if I was at this parade for this kid, I would be terrified. I would have nightmares. So I am definitely going to show this to you guys. You can click on it during the show. You can hear it because it's pretty good.
It's like a giant angry fish.
Yeah, and I kind of want to know what it looks like in color, but I want to know what the hell the thing behind it is. Is it a donkey? Is it a horse? What is it? I don't even
I
know. And like,
don't
and then in the back right corner, you can see like this. It looks like a Weeble Wobble kind of like clown, or does he have a
know.
mustache? And he's
Yeah,
got
it
like
looks like
these
a
weird like
clown.
he's got like stubby arms. I mean, that's more terrifying than a regular clown. So, gee whiz. It's just yeah, looks terrifying.
Oh man.
I pulled up some fun stories. These are true stories that have happened to people. So these are true stories of epic Thanksgiving fails. So, I found one here, and I was gonna read it out loud. You know what? I'll just read this one because it's relevant. So the title of this short story is "That Time the Mashed Potatoes Didn't Quite Work Out." So one year, my aunt, who had hosted Thanksgiving dinner before, tried to make mashed potatoes. She tried to mash the full 10-pound bag of cooked potatoes at one time in a huge stock pot. That year, we were slicing our mashed potatoes with forks and knives and not scooping them as you should. She never made them again. She told my mom it was her job.
Uh,
That's great. Um, there's another one. That time the stuffing was too organic. My sister in law was up early in the morning making stuffing and preparing the turkey, and when she opened up the stuffing mix, moths flew out of the sealed package. Her husband had to make an emergency run in search of stuffing mix that morning. He found it, but it was a challenge. I don't even know how they survived. There's just no way. That was cute. Okay, here's one. That time someone wore a clown suit. When I was no, okay, I'm just sorry, but no one should ever wear a clown suit on Thanksgiving. And if you want to know the reaction a kid would get, Go watch that Easter Bunny video on YouTube of the kid running away from this evil looking Easter
Oh
Bunny.
my god!
Have you seen that
I
one?
remember
Oh, it's
that.
so creepy. Okay, so when I was in fourth grade, my best friend and I were in the Minx or things. Like I can't speak. We're in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We were on a float with Monica, the Boy Is Mine singer. I don't know who that is.
Hmm.
Dressed up in clown costumes. It effing poured, and I lost my autograph. But how many people can say they wore a clown suit next to a '90s pop star on Thanksgiving? Hopefully, not many. That's for damn sure. It's awesome.
God. I have a quick one.
Go for it.
1 year on Thanksgiving 6 years ago, I had brought a fursuit head pre-made that I had made to wear around my little nieces and nephews. And oh, are they nieces and nephews? They might be cousins. Yeah, I think they're just little cousins. One of them wasn't even in she was like maybe in preschool, and it was a little husky dog, and I remember wearing it, and she was like obsessed with this thing. Like, she was having such a good time. Like, she was so enamored with it, and it was so cute. The
Cute.
clown costume reminded me of it.
Okay, let's see. Facts, 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 facts. I found one on here about the Butterball helpline. And yes, that is an actual thing in America, unfortunately. The Butterball Turkey Talk line answers almost 100,000 calls each season.
That's funny.
So many people roast a big bird just once a year and understandably need a little help. No question is too silly for the heroes on the other end of the line. In 2016, the company's popular cooking crisis management team also introduced a 24-hour text message line for the lead up to the big day. So if you're wondering why the turkey isn't turning out quite the way you want it, or your oven starts on fire like my firefighter father-in-law's did once here, don't panic. Just give them a call or text away.
That's great.
That's just
A form of charity.
pretty much, yeah. All right. For our last story of the night, this one is called The Time the Turkey Was Done Way Too Early. Last year, I couldn't find my grandma's turkey recipe card and looked up how long and hot to cook a turkey online. Well, that doesn't seem right. The internet lied. My turkey was ready about 3 hours before people were even scheduled to arrive. I called my grandma in a panic, and she diagnosed me like Dr. House, asking all these questions and cooking questions like, how long did you have it in for? What temperature was it at? How big was the turkey? What color is the skin now? What are you basting it with? She talked me down. We rigged a tinfoil moisture response system to keep it warm. Luckily, it turned out great. So,
There we go.
yay. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys on our next episode. Have a good one.
Bye, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.